Hello, everyone, and hello, P. Thank
Hi.
you so much for joining us today on this second episode of the Western Hemisphere Table Talk. So, you're here with me today, P, and I'm so excited that I get to talk with you today. It is actually an honor because I admire you as a volunteer in our region. So I'll just give you a chance to just tell our followers and the people looking at us right now who you are.
Well, thank you, Abby. Thank you so much. I'm honored by your words. My real name is Maria Esther Lemus. I, but for many years, people have called me P, like the Greek letter. And this is a long story, not for this talk, but someday I can tell you about it. I have been in guiding for a long time, more than 50 years. I started when I was a brownie, and I believe I didn't start earlier because there were no other age group at the time. Now in Mexico, we have from 4 year on. But I always insisted my mother that I wanted to be one of those that wear the scarves. And I was so insistent that she brought me here. And I think that was the best decision I ever made in my life because guiding has helped me a lot um, develop a lot of things in my life. I was a very shy little girl. I couldn't talk more than 3 words without feeling all the colors going to my face and, like forgetting everything and being so self aware that I couldn't continue with a conversation. So in guiding, I learned how to do it and how to enjoy it. So here I am after more than 50 years. I don't think I will ever be able to say I'm not a guide anymore.
Wow, P, that's so
Once you're a guide,
inspiring.
yeah. And I hope that the little guides and the little brownies and the little uh, tiny girls, like whatever they call them, rainbows, girasoles, or whatever pimpollos, they call them in Argentina. Uh, I hope they know that they can do a lot being in guiding and that they continue with this life. It has become a lifestyle in my case.
Great. Thank you so much, P. And it's actually very interesting that you say that you were so shy that you didn't know how to speak when your job right now is to actually speak. So that's so interesting that with guiding you've developed so much that your actual job is to translate. And you're very good at your job, so much so that you are the leader of the interpretation and translations team, and your team is one of the only teams in the Western Hemisphere that is not led by a regional committee member. So, can you tell me a little bit more of this? Well, not me, but the people looking at us right now.
About this job in the committee
Yes,
or the Western Hemisphere.
yes.
Well, this is very, I don't know, unusual, yes, as you have said it. And it was a random thing that happened. I knew that they were looking for interpreters for um, Western Hemisphere regional committee meetings. And they also were looking for somebody who could interpret a session where they were going to introduce the leadership model, the one that we still call the new leadership model, but it has more than five years. And so for that introduction, they were looking for interpreters, and they were saying not to worry because you are going to be in the booth, but people know you are volunteers, so you don't have to worry about it being difficult, because some people believe it's like a miracle what we do. So I just jokingly I answered that email, and I said, well, I'm in the booth right now. This is my job every day. So the person that was in charge at that time decided I had to be the person to be there, and that changed everything. I didn't know how difficult it was for the committee to to get connected and understanding each other because of the language. I realized that it was important that they knew what was going on, what others were thinking and were trying to express. So every time they called me after that for interpreting a meeting, I was happy to do that because I don't know, I could realize that they were feeling so frustrated because they couldn't communicate. Then they kept calling me, and one thing brought the other. And finally, Cindy Ann, who became the chair of the committee at the time, she said that doing this was great, and probably we could put together a team of volunteer interpreters. So we started looking for them. Some of them signed up, but they didn't want to be interpreters. They only want to be translators. And when they got to interpret, many of them, they realized that it came so naturally. They were afraid at the beginning. I kept telling them, if you are afraid, do it. No, it doesn't matter. Let's see what happens. And for some of them, they have told me they want to pursue the interpretation as a career because they love it. They love doing it. And that's how this group was created, and it continued with the next committee, which is the one where you are. We have been able to manage putting this together. And I'm very happy that this makes the committee's life much easier and the region's life much easier, because you are connected and you have been able of doing a lot of things thanks to this wonderful team of women that are behind me, because me alone, I couldn't do it.
You all definitely make everyone's lives better because our region is so big and there are different languages, and we see that the two most prevalent languages in our region is Spanish and English. So with the interpretation and translation team, it's very easy for us to send communication and know that it is correct information, because you will always make sure that we are putting out correct information for the region. It's so much easier to connect everyone and share information that everyone can interact with. And for that, we are very grateful. And as you said, the team of wonderful women who work with you, they are doing an amazing job, and you are being an amazing leader for the team. You said that you inspired these ladies who might have been afraid to speak at first to do it. And I will tell you, P, that you're not an inspiration just for the interpreters or the translators. You're an inspiration for all of us. And after seeing this video, I'm sure that you will inspire many other young guiding members or volunteers in the region to go forward with whatever they're doing for the movement, because it is important. We all play a role in keeping the guiding lights alive, and it's amazing what you and your team are doing. So you've told us about how it all started in the movement, and you've told us about what you're doing right now. What about that amazing award you achieved last year? You want to tell us something about that? Because I know it was a very um, emotional time for you, and I was so happy to see you get that award. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
It was a total surprise, and I feel, well, like they say in the Spider-Man, that a great power brings great responsibility. I think the award was, well, it made me think that I was doing the right thing. I was going on the right way. And probably what I would tell, especially to the girls that are watching this video, or young women, that it is not impossible, because I never looked for that, I never even realized I could ever get such an award. I just did what I did because I have fun doing it. So that's what I was always have tried to tell Cindy Ann and Emmy, that there's no need for any award or for any recognition, because I'm doing this for me because I am having fun. I'm getting a lot. I'm learning so much from everyone, from all of the webinars and the committee meetings, and even internationally, what has been taught to you, but the team that is doing the induction for the committees and everything. I learned a lot from the interpreters in the team and a lot of the cultures, because as you know, I'm not only the leader of the Western Hemisphere languages team, but I'm also part of the three-lead language services team in global. So there's 3 of us, and I learned so much from all of the cultures and all of the opinions and all of the ways of doing things that, well, and then I get a prize, an award because of that. It's amazing.
It is amazing seeing you receive that highest award for your service, an award of honor from WAMS. It was very amazing to see you get that award, because I know you've been working hard, and although you say you've been having fun, it's also a service that you're doing, and you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. So you deserve that award, and I'm very happy that you received it. You've talked about your opportunities you've received as a part of the guiding movement. Have you ever faced any challenges, or is there any moment that you felt that it was kind of overbearing doing your service in the movement and also balancing your personal life?
Probably, I wouldn't say like a big challenges. Every day you find challenges. Like I can tell you right now, we are staffing the team that will go to the World Conference. And I'm so proud of saying this, because it has been the job of our, in the global team, of bringing only volunteer interpreters to a World Conference. But as amazing as it is and as exciting as it is also challenging, because we need to get the right people, and we need to get their MOs to understand how much we need them, and how much we appreciate their work, and that this is an opportunity for the volunteers, and it's an opportunity for like entire regions to understand the importance of having interpreters for their language. So sometimes regions are a little bit, or not the regions, but the MOs, a little strict with the requirements they need for the volunteers to come. And that's the challenge, because we cannot go and tell the country, please let her come. I mean, we have explained the importance, we have given the basis, but that's the decision of the country. And sometimes it's a little bit frustrating to wait, because we cannot just say, okay, let's bring this one and that one and that one. We need to follow a procedure. And sometimes it's a little bit slow in the different MOs. And that's frustrating for us, because we want them to be together and being trained and working towards the conference. So that's what I have found more challenging, and not only for the conference, but to be part of the team, because we are having events all of the time. In the Western Hemisphere, we have many things like the coffee hours or the webinars that are for capacity building, or activities for the girls, like the events, the girls' events we had last triennium. But we also have those in global. They are constantly asking for people to interpret the Surf Smart or Freebie Me or Glack.
Right.
You know, a lot of things, and they need people all of the time. We need to make sure that we don't clash with events on the same days, that we don't have more than one or two in the same day.
Right.
So it's challenging, but it's fun.
I completely understand the challenges you might face because following certain procedures and based on where you are, it can be frustrating depending on the time and the different traditions of the different areas. So I understand your frustration, but that doesn't make the work that the volunteers from these MOs who take a little time any less valuable. And I guess it's just the tradition of the different MOs that makes it so tedious. But kudos to all of the volunteers who ask to put themselves up for service for such events. I know these events sometimes they take a lot of time to plan and to translate and to do all of these things. So kudos to all of you who want to serve the region like this. So finally, P, as we wrap up this episode of Western Hemisphere Table Talk, is there any advice that you'd like to share with the regional volunteers, young women and girls who may be looking at this video right now?
Well, I would say what I've been saying all during all this talk: have fun, really enjoy what you are doing. You might not know, but when you have fun on what you do, it reflects, and everybody will follow, and that is what creates an impact. So I'm sure that all of the young women that are being volunteers now in the different teams of the Western Hemisphere are looking for an experience and to make an impact, as it happened to them maybe when they were younger, when they were brownies or when they were rangers, I don't know. So the way of making an impact is having fun, doing the things with your heart, enjoy what you are doing, work as a team. That is very important to always be part of the team and work to put that team spirit together, as we do in our patrols normally, no? I think that could be my advice, because I think you can learn anything, as those interpreters I'm telling you about, they have learned to be interpreters, and this is a 4-year training college major, you know. So they are doing it just by instinct and because it is fun and because they love it. So you can learn anything. You just need to be there and put your heart in it.
Thank you so much, P. And I will take that advice for myself as well. Although I've been doing it, having fun with what I do, I will take your advice from today. I will have fun and learn as I go, as I have been doing. And I hope the young women, the volunteers, the girls, anyone looking at this video will take your advice and just have fun while serving, because it's an amazing movement to be part of. So thank you so much for being here with us today on this episode of Western Hemisphere Table Talk. And I invite everyone looking at this video who wants to join us on the next episode to please like this video, follow the Western Hemisphere social media pages at WAGS HO, and send us a message to let us know that you're interested. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.